Now we're going to be joining Louise Koch.
Hello, everybody. Greetings from Copenhagen.
Hello, Louise Koch, Senior Director, Group Head of Sustainability, Grundfos. And now we are meeting you in Denmark online, and a very, very good morning to you, Louise.
Good morning to you guys.
So you have shifted from a large multinational tech company to a multinational Danish company just 6 months ago. So how has it been, and what was the reasoning for the change?
So for me, driving change in the global tech sector was an amazing opportunity for large-scale impact. And I think that technology has an unlimited potential to drive positive change. We need to solve many of the global challenges with digital solutions. At the same time, I was also starting to be, long for being more of a part of the Nordic sustainability business community again, because the Nordic countries are in so many ways leaders on sustainability leadership, sustainability strategy. So it was a wish to come home. You can say, and when the opportunity presented itself to be a part of Grundfos again, as I worked for the company 10 years ago, I thought this is a chance. And Grundfos is a very purpose-driven, value-driven company with a mission or purpose to pioneer solutions for the world's water and climate challenges and improve quality of life for people. And I must say, I love that purpose, and I'm motivated by it every day, and so is my team and so many other people in Grundfos.
Yeah, you were mentioning this, that you now work with not only sustainability, but with water and sustainability, two extremely important things for mankind. Do you feel some sort of double responsibility on your shoulders?
Yes, that's a very good question, because I think we haven't really, as a global community, and maybe also as a sustainability professionals community, I'm not sure that we fully grasped how climate and water and quality of life and sustainable development is linked. I mean, 60% of global GDP is depending on water in one way or the other, and at the same time, we are, as a global community, again, overusing water and not really understanding the value of water around us. So that intersection of climate and water is super important. It's something that I'll also touch upon today.
Such worthwhile thinking. And what's the top of your mind right now in this moment, Louise?
Oh, there's so many things that are top of mind. Actually, we're right now in a water sustainability strategy workshop today with 30 people from around Grundfos. So developing the next level of Grundfos's water strategy, where we can have a more catalytic effect in with our customers and our business ecosystems, is top of mind. Accelerating progress on our net zero journey is top of mind. Continue to drive human rights, and not least also, of course, preparing for the suite of ESG disclosure regulations such as the CSRD and taxonomy also takes up a bit of time from my team and the organization.
Well, thank you so much, Louise. It's great to hear from you. And now it is time for your presentation, so take it away.
Thank you so much. So as I was just alluding to, what we'll be focusing on here today is how we in Grundfos are working to decarbonize water for a growing world, and in a growing world, you might say, as well. And to take you into the world of Grundfos and the world of water, I would actually like to start by playing a little video, and then we'll continue and unfold what decarbonizing water actually means.
What if? Two little words capable of inspiring answers to the world's most urgent questions. Like, what if water could be delivered by the power of the sun? Or what if buildings could be heated without warming the planet? What if we could produce more food using less? And what if all the water we used could be reused? What if we didn't waste water, waiting for hot water? And what if saving water saved more than water? At Grundfos, we believe that if we keep asking the right questions, we can solve our most challenging problems. That by pushing forwards together, progress will always be made. When water flows, it has the power to change the world, and that every drop contains infinite possibility. Grundfos, possibility in every drop.
Yes, so that is how we look at it, really seeing the possibilities for innovation in every drop of water here. So coming back to our purpose for a moment, to set the scene high level. So actually this a good-looking young man is our CEO, and he is Poul Louis Jensen, and he is the third generation leading Grundfos. It was founded by his grandfather and then led by his father, and now he has taken over. But our purpose continues to be that focus on pioneering solutions, being innovative, looking at how can we drive a positive change in the world with our solutions. So pioneering solutions to water and climate challenges in the world, and always with a view of improving quality of life across our own operations, our value chain, and in the use of our products. And quality of life is really everything from the convenient hot bath that all of us here in this part of the world enjoy most probably every morning or several times a day. But it's also that completely basic human rights need of access to safe, clean drinking water that unfortunately more than 1 billion people today do not enjoy in the world. So there are plenty of challenges, there are plenty of opportunities, and we are really working and driving innovation to be a solution provider in that space, and a partner, of course, in bigger ecosystem partnerships. So I also wanted to touch upon a little bit how we do that. So moving and advancing the flow of water might sound a little kind of academic or branding fluff or whatever, but that's really what it's all about. So yes, we make and produce pump solutions, water treatment technologies, but it's all about having, making water go round. And it's really water that makes the world go round. Money as well, maybe, but definitely also water that we do not think of every day, what's behind the scenes here. So we are providing solutions to customers and therefore to use applications, of course, across many areas. First of all, domestic buildings. So many of you probably have a Grundfos pump in somewhere in your building, making sure you have a central heating or hot water. So that's a big piece of our work. So for the homes around the world. Then it's also commercial buildings. So working to build smarter, more energy efficient, more sustainable buildings around the world, providing solutions for water, of course, as a basic, but also for heating and cooling. That's also very much depending on water. So that's for hotels, for supermarkets, for data centers, not least, which is of course a growing focus area, and where water cooling, liquid cooling has a huge role to play, and where we're starting to see some innovative cases also in the reuse of water. So circular water is a notion to keep in mind here. Industry, I believe we have a lot of great companies with us here today, and some of many of you also using Grundfos pumps somewhere in your production or in your supply chain. So we are serving industry customers across the world to have more water efficient and energy efficient productions in whatever sector they're in. And then last but not least, the water utilities, who make sure that we have drinking water when we turn on the tap in the morning, and also wastewater treatment as well. So those are the ways that we impact, and we sell around 20 million pumps per year. So, and they last for 10 to 20 years. So there are many pumps sitting behind the scenes around the world, making the world go round and making water go round. And then from a sustainability point of view, I would like to dive into a little bit how water and climate are linked as a way to set the scene for how we're working on decarbonizing water here. And it's really a two-way street here, because first of all, the work of moving, treating and managing water, it's of course a necessity, but it takes a lot of energy, and therefore also emits carbon emissions, depending on the source of energy driving the pump, of course. So it takes a lot of energy, and for a growing world, of course, that need will be growing at the same time as we do need to see how we can decarbonize that. At the same time, looking from the other perspective, if we look at the climate impacts, we will see that they will have a huge impact in terms of water security, with either too much water in water floodings. Water scarcity is accelerated by climate impact, and also pollution of water, for example, from salination, so seawater entering groundwater due to sea level rise or groundwater falling. So there is a lot here where climate impacts are kind of accelerating the need to move and to treat water, which again is accelerating carbon emissions. So this is kind of the nexus here that we need to solve, making sure that we are decarbonizing the flow of water so that we don't contribute to additional climate impacts, and at the same time adapting to the climate impacts with more intelligent and resource efficient pump and water solutions. And if we look at it in terms of the differences in what we do today, so we've all seen the different climate scenarios, the different climate futures ahead of us, and we also unfortunately all know that business as usual is tracking way above the recommended 1.5 degree pathway. But we do want to drive action towards that. And one example here is that if we can limit warming to 1.5 degree instead of 2 degree scenario, that could actually halve the proportion of people expected to suffer from water scarcity in the coming decades. So it matters a lot what we do today to decarbonize the world, also in terms of how it will impact people and also productivity of companies and resilience of societies in the future. So with that in mind, our climate strategy is two-stringed here, pioneering climate solutions today and for tomorrow as well. So decarbonizing the flow of water is how we are contributing to mitigating climate impacts by decarbonizing water. And we have our net zero goal for 2050. That is our guiding star, and how we are now innovating across our portfolio and our business models with energy efficient and intelligent pump and water solutions. And then at the same time, building resilient societies. We know that many coastal cities are at high risk of flooding. That is happening already now. Climate adaptation is not for the future. That's very much a present thing. So preparing for those climate impacts by building the resilient societies and communities, making sure we really protect water as a precious resource, and at the same time prevent the risk of flooding. So that is how we are seeing our role in pioneering solutions for the world's water and climate challenges. And diving into the decarbonization piece here. So decarbonizing the flow of water. We are very proud that Grundfos is the first water solutions company to have a science-based target approved net zero goal. We believe in science. We believe it's very important to have that external validation of our work. We also have our near-term targets with 50% of scope 1 and 2 greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, and a 25% reduction on scope 3 also in 2030. And then, of course, the long-term 90% reduction in 2050. What is super important to note here, that if you look at Grundfos's carbon emission makeup or the full portfolio, 99% of our emissions are in the use of salt products. So that is in the use of pumps in domestic homes, in production facilities, and water utilities around the world. So that is where we have a big role to play, and that's where, of course, we're focusing a lot of our efforts. But we also want to make sure that we take our own medicine in terms of reducing emissions in scope 1 and 2. We do that driving energy efficient production, also saving water, which is saving energy as well in our operations. Transitioning to electric vehicles. I mean, I'm sure you have more or less the same to-do list in your companies. We also, just a couple of months ago, signed a power purchase agreement with a Finnish wind farm, or a German company, but to produce a wind farm in Finland, with Vestas windmills, by the way, which will eventually cover 80% of our electricity energy use in Europe. So we're actually tracking towards reaching our 2030 goal already in 25. So proud about that, and then let's see what comes next after that. Zooming in on the scope 3, and we can cover the upstream. So that's roughly 1%, a little less than 1% of our emissions. We are here, of course, working with our suppliers for them to set goals, report and drive carbon emission reductions in their production of materials and components. And we're also working to drive more circularity in our products in our lifetime to again reduce the carbon footprint in the making of our products. In terms of the use of our products, that's where the magic really happens and where we have a huge role to play. And as some funny guy commented when we talked about this 99% of our carbon emissions, saying, well, then we should just stop selling pumps or what? And that's, of course, not really an option. Probably, definitely expanding with more services and solutions that are not a product in a box that takes a lot of energy. So expanding our business portfolio, but very much accelerating and driving energy efficiency in products, and also driving the market, engaging with our customers and our partners to explain to them why they should change into energy efficient and also intelligent pump solutions. Because the first level is energy efficiency, but then you need an intelligent pump so you can start actually optimizing. So it doesn't go full speed 24 hours a day, but has a high pressure, for example, if you're water utility in the morning where everybody needs more water, and again in the evening, or if you're a company, again, having your pump solutions in your production when you really need the power and not again running at standby capacity. So it's the intelligent solutions, and then of course also looking at the ecosystems that our solutions are part of in terms of smart buildings, smart production, smart utilities, smart everything enabled by ICT solutions. So just to take some tangible hard facts here in the end, if you look at it from an industry perspective here, pumps actually account for 25% of all the electricity consumed by industrial electric motors. So it's a big part of making the engines go round in production, in making products and deliveries in the world here. At the same time, by changing from what we call a stupid pump, an old, not energy efficient and not connected pump, and changing into a more modern, energy efficient and intelligent pump, you can actually save 37% of energy consumption pretty much overnight by installing these solutions. So there is a huge opportunity here to implement more efficient solutions. And that's why we're also partnering with our customers who are on the same decarbonization journey as we are. And for example, we've been working with Arla to reduce their energy consumption in productions with some significant savings, as well as Carlsberg, who I know Simon is also speaking here today, helping Carlsberg reduce their use of water, actually reuse 90% of their processed water.
Louise, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Louise. We are running so short on time. We are so grateful for you joining us today. Thank you so much for your presentation and joining us.
Thanks so much, everybody.